This is not okay. This has to change. We can talk about the politics of guns, we can talk about mental health issues, we can talk about the breakdown of the family. It's all of it. It's all of it.
2 people are dead and 4 others hurt in what's considered Louisville's second mass shooting in less than a week.
This, of course, follows the shooting at Old National Bank 1 week ago today, where 5 people were killed. This
happened Saturday night while hundreds of people were at Chickasaw Park. Jim is live outside LMPD headquarters right now with details. Jim, good morning.
Well, good morning, Haley and Eric. Yeah, this reality is still trying to settle in here in Louisville. The fact that we've had 2 mass shootings in just about a week's time, just under a week's time. It's a hard reality for people to be able to cope with, but that is what we face here in Louisville after Saturday night, where 2 people were killed and 4 others were shot around 9 o'clock inside Chickasaw Park. Now, those 2 victims were declared dead on scene. LMPD reports that the other 4 victims, some were transported to the hospital, to U of L Hospital. Others arrived at U of L Hospital on their own accord. Now, LMPD says that at least one of those victims is still in critical condition. City officials reflected on the violence from this week, both Monday and on Saturday, with some frustration after, again, 2 more members of our community were lost.
I'm so tired of this, and I can't make any sense of it.
This is not our city. This is not who we are. This is not who we want to be.
Mayor Craig Greenberg did post a statement on Twitter Sunday afternoon laying out the gun violence issue in Louisville and saying that it is imperative that we address the underlying issues that lead to gun violence while at the same time implementing meaningful gun safety legislation. Now, LMPD says that they are still looking for a suspect in this case. They described that scene as chaotic on Saturday night, and so they haven't been able to really speak with anybody who clearly saw what happened. They are asking that if you have any information to share, you go ahead and call the anonymous tip line, or you use their online crime portal to submit your tip. We have information on how you can do that on our website, WHAS11.com. Haley, Eric.
Jim, thank you. We'll mention President Biden spoke on several acts of violence in the country over the weekend, including the Chickasaw Park shooting. He said in part, our nation is once again grieving. Jill and I are praying for the families, for the many others injured, and fighting for their lives in the wake of this weekend's gun violence.
Now, the shooting in Chickasaw Park was one of 4 over the weekend. We want you to go ahead and take a look at this map right here. All of these shootings took place around the metro in different parts, in different neighborhoods in the city. The most recent occurring yesterday afternoon in the Shelby Park neighborhood. A man was found shot multiple times on South Shelby Street in that area right there. It was near East Kentucky Street around 1. Officials say that he is expected to be okay.
5 miles away, a teenager was shot while riding his bike. This was in the Portland neighborhood. Officers responded around 11:15 Saturday night to Griffiths Avenue, which is near North 22nd Street. Police say 2 men started shooting at a 17-year-old boy, hitting him multiple times as he rode by. We're told he was conscious while being taken to the hospital and is expected to survive.
And a man was shot and killed in the Highlands. Police say just before 4:30 Sunday morning, they responded to the shooting at Bardstown Road near Baxter Avenue. When they arrived, they found Keontae Ramsey suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital where he later died of his injuries. If anyone has any information about any of those shootings, you should go ahead and call the anonymous police tip line at 574 LMPD.
And with the city grappling with all of these acts of violence, several local pastors are taking a different tone while pleading with their respective congregations for change. WHAS 11's Tom Lally reports.
Oh God, many hearts are broken today, and there are many who are grieving from the loss of loved ones from this senseless tragedy this week. And we had yet another one last night, oh God.
One of my friend's sons who got killed last night. This world needs Jesus.
Martin Luther King said we must get rid of violence, or violence will get rid of us.
Well, Sunday is Easter, and then less than 24 hours later, I get a text waking me up Monday morning from a police officer asking for immediate and urgent prayer.
And if you're at all worried today, because I've mentioned Monday that I'm going to engage in a speech about the Second Amendment today, or engage in a lot of politics, I'm not standing before you to do that. I do believe that there are political solutions to be found for the problem of gun violence and the many other problems that we face in our world today, but I'm weary of conversations and debate around this issue that only puts the problem as a problem of gun control or mental illness or policing. I think I want to say yes to all of that. This isn't only a thing that we look for a political solution to. What we saw Monday for the 146th time this year, to a spiritual crisis and a theological crisis that we have in our world today that points to how we are caring, and in some cases not caring to and for those around us.
Now, the events of this past week, and we don't have to tell you, they've been emotional on a lot of people. They've been hard on a lot of people. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out for help. We've got a list of resources on our website, or you can simply call or even text 988 for immediate help, and you can do that at any time.
An update this morning in the recycling plant fire in Richmond, Indiana. Evacuation orders have been lifted and residents are finally able to return home. But while people are allowed to return, they're being warned not to touch or disturb any debris from the fire. It could contain asbestos or other toxins. Richmond's mayor has accused the recycling plant owner of ignoring safety codes. Right now, investigators are still testing air and water samples. Fire officials are expected to meet this morning to discuss their next steps.